So, our next TV show that we need to discuss is The Return of Heroes.
Yes.
Would you call it the triumphant return of heroes?
Well, Tim Kring wrote it. I don't know. I'm kind of torn.
I know that we diss Tim Kring a lot. We've said before, we're big fans. We both really enjoyed Crossing Jordan. It's a great show. The thing about Tim Kring is he cannot write science fiction. And I think he's the only person on the planet who doesn't recognize that he can't write science fiction.
Yeah.
And Heroes, yeah, it's sort of a straightforward character drama, but at the same time there's so much fantasy involved that you really have to have a mind that works that way.
Yeah, you do.
You have to think outside the box when you're doing a show like that. I have to say, though, I felt like in the last couple minutes, the stuff on the airplane, that got me excited to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
The stuff leading up to it, you know, Peter Petrelli has to be the stupidest character on television.
Yeah, he is the dumbest ever. It's I think we've already established this on this show over and over and over and over again. And I think everyone in the world has kind of made that point clear. Besides
Siler, he's arguably the most powerful of all the characters on the show, but yet he's the dumbest.
Yeah. So obviously he hasn't touched anyone that has like super intelligence.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
We did establish that since he's regained his power, it works differently now. He has to actually touch people to gain their powers.
And we don't know if he's actually taking their powers or what, because it looked like it was the same effect that like his dad had. Where, like, it was the yellowish, goldish,
it's possible, but that's never been his power, so I think maybe it's the same where he just gains it. I just think he can't just be in the proximity.
So they turn him into Rogue, kind of.
Yeah, there you go.
X-Men.
He's Rogue from the X-Men.
Just without being hot and a lot dumber.
There was a lot of focus, again, on my least favorite character, Claire. She just...
I think they kind of have to have the focus on her, because this is my theory that's why Bennett is working for the bad guys.
To keep her
I'm
safe.
sure that it's all to keep her out of this. That's the only reason he's doing it.
Absolutely, because obviously, if he didn't have to keep her safe, he would not be working for these people.
He would probably be like, F you, I'm out of this.
Exactly, exactly. And Bennett is so smart that you know he's always working like 2 or 3 angles at the same time. So he's helping him. Maybe he's gaining information on him. Maybe he's going to double-cross him. You never know with that
Well, that's why he said he was sorry to Suresh.
Sure.
Even, normally he would just be like, boom, you're dead.
That was my other question about Suresh. So, is he not like a half snake anymore, or what?
No, I think when he was bathed in all the super, the super juice, that kind of jump-started him.
So he has the super strength.
But apparently he can't run fast, because I think that boy is out of shape, because he was...
Right, because you would think he could, when he had the snake powers, he could jump all over the place, but...
Which makes it kind of stupid, because that means 2 people that took the formula got super strength. The soldier and then, so it's like, what are the odds of that? That's like not even lottery winning odds of that happening, so...
Yeah.
One minor little complaint I had there.
And I do like that they're bringing Ando into the forefront.
Yeah.
Let Hero be the sidekick for a while, and let Ando be the hero.
Well, I think Hero's going to have to get his powers back. I think they've kind of made it clear that no one is getting a time travel power back.
So maybe when Hero gets his powers back, it'll work differently, because the time travel is what killed him.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe it's just like
that.
stopping and starting time, maybe. Because you're not going back in time or forward in time. You're just kind of messing around with the current time. But they have to give him a power back, because he's I would say he's the heart of the show. Because he's not stupid, like Peter. He's not annoying like Claire.
He's one of the few who got the power and just felt like, I really want to be a superhero. I want to save the world. Like, he felt like this is his destiny. He really embraced being a superhero.
Yeah, well, yeah. And he's kind of the viewer's way of into being a superhero.
Right.
Because if our, non-hero powers person is Bennett, so we can relate to him not having any powers. We can relate to Hero as what would it be like if we had powers? We'd be like, woo! Like all doing all sorts of fun stuff, and like when he was a kid, he did all those silly things when he had the powers. So I wrote a blog about this. You could check out a blog. I'm gonna at least stick with the show until Brian Fuller starts again, which is in like 5 episodes, which is gonna be killing me.
Here's my theory.
Here we go.
The plane that they're all on Heroes crash lands into the island from Lost. Kill two birds with one stone.
There you go.
So, and then there's just an all-out battle on the island between the heroes and the others and the survivors, and you know, Sawyer turns out he has a superpower. And yeah. There you go.
There you go. I did have another little thing that we were talking about the other day is on the credits. How they list people on the credits is kind of giving things away.
Right.
They obviously, Daphne in the credits is special guest star, which blatantly tells you she ain't gonna be around much longer.
Well, I think more than anything, it sounds kind of crazy, but it has something to do with how they're paid. How they're billed is how they're paid and how they're presented. So if you are a regular, or a series regular on the show, you get paid a certain amount. You get a certain amount of credits, you know, towards being in the union, and then as opposed to being a special guest star, it's different. So I don't think it has anything to do with the show, but you're right, it gives it away.
Well, especially if you're going to be killing the character, at least you could just put him in the regular credits to throw people off.
Now, we don't know that Daphne's getting killed, but Tim thinks she's
because they have had people on the plane where they didn't show them being, you know, unmasked.
So you think Matt's gonna like?
I think the plane's gonna crash. They're all gonna be like, "We're getting out of here!" Like, "Oh, I'm gonna run away from these people. I'm not gonna." And then they're gonna unmask Daphne, and then he's gonna change his mind and be like, "You know, screw these. I'm gonna get these people for what they did. They ruined my life.
Sure.
I should be a writer on Heroes."
We are just giving you all.
My 8-year-old niece should be a writer on Heroes. So I don't know what I'm saying about that. So,
real quick before we leave Heroes, I told Tim weeks ago that Nathan is not really Nathan. So I'm just gonna throw this out there, so when they unveil it in some episodes, you can say you heard it here first. Nathan is not Nathan. When Arthur Petrelli died, he transported himself into Nathan's body. I think we got clues to that on this week's episode.
With a hug.
Right. So I told him that weeks ago. Now you saw it on the show. So I'm just saying, when it all becomes revealed a few weeks from now, you can say you heard it here first.
My only problem with that is I wouldn't see how the dad would care about Claire so much, keeping her out. Or maybe it's all because keeping Bennett in line. Maybe that's why, but I just
possible.
don't see... And then he'd want to get his wife back, I'm sure.
There could be one little piece of Nathan trying to, you know, stay alive in there. I'm just saying, I think that's what's...
So we have 5 episodes till Brian Fuller starts. So if we can get through, 4 more episodes... and I heard they're pretty bad. I've read.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've read online that it's gonna like the economy. It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Well, thank goodness for 24 and Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, so I watched. And I was mad because you did the opposite of what I did. I watched Heroes and taped 24. Yeah. And I should have done the opposite because 24 was excellent. So
that'll probably be what happens now. We'll watch 24, tape Heroes.
Yeah, it's true. So one good thing that we had this weekend to watch. We won't even talk about the Super Bowl because that's a sports thing.
The Super Bowl, yeah, the game was interesting for people who like
I don't like games, but I thought it was a good game. But one thing we did watch it for was the trailers. So really quick, we're just going to go through all the trailers and give like a
thumbs up, thumbs down.
No, because that's copyright.
Oh, I'm saying see it or don't see it.
I think Ben Lyons does that. So we'll just do like a good and bad. Okay. So the first one to talk about is Year One, the Jack Black, Michael Cera comedy. Yeah,
bad.
I saw a little. The trailer was horrible, and then they had like a 2-minute scene with Paul Rudd and someone else playing Cain and Abel. Yeah, and he was killing. They were killing each other, and it was just joking. And I'm like,
just looks bad.
That's not really funny. So
it just looks all kinds of bad.
Not really good. Speaking of not good, I can already guess this. The new Fast and the Furious.
Fast and Furious. In case you didn't get the first 3 times around. Yeah. Fast cars.
And it has to be the worst tagline ever for a movie.
New model, original parts.
I just like that. I was talking to my dad, and he's like, "Why would I want to see Fast and the Furious Part 2?" And I'm like, "It's Part 4, actually."
Apparently, it's Part 4, but in the series, it comes before the
it's like Part 3.
Tokyo one.
Yeah,
but no.
Good. On the good side, Transformers trailer, Transformers 2.
The thing about the thing that got me was it looks like the first movie. Like, it just looks more of the same. Like, I don't know what they're doing to
We're going to get a lot more Decepticons. If you see the very end, if you kind of freeze it, they show it's either... With Transformers, the movie kind of screwed with the whole continuity of the comics and the show and everything. So, at the end, it's that giant robot. There's actually Devastator, who's the Constructicons. They're actually like 5 or 6 regular sized robots that kind of merge to make one giant robot. Kind of like Voltron, if you remember Voltron.
I just feel like, it's more the same. If you saw the first one and you loved it, you'll see the second one and you'll love it.